Hey there, it's Amy Pearl from Work Ignited, and like many of you, I'm a huge fan of Game of Thrones. Partly because I love a great story with a lot of twists and turns, but more importantly, I love comparing all the characters to the people I coach every single day. So, which Game of Thrones character are you? Perhaps you're Cersei Lannister. Cersei's a dominant competitor in the game. At her best, she's strategic, driven, and assertive. She makes fast decisions and loves to get results. Perhaps she makes decisions that are a bit too hasty, like blowing up the Sept, which led to her son's suicide. But when things get tense, she gets competitive and she wants to win. Like Cersei or other dominant competitors say, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Not all dominant competitors use their win-at-all-cost nature for evil. Some use it for good, like Tormund. He's our easy-to-cheer-for warrior, an adventuresome risk-taker among the free folk. If you're like Tormund, I'm glad you're on our side. Perhaps you're Tyrion Lannister. Tyrion uses his clever thinking and gift of words to influence his way to the top of the game. Despite his small stature, he really has a huge heart. So in conflict situations, he takes things people say very personally, and then he kills them, but always in the most creative ways. Sure, at times he can be impulsive, but he's always up for a goblet of wine and a party because relationships are super important to influential idealists. In fact, those types of distractions can lead some high influencers to lack follow-through. If you think you're an influential idealist, but Tyrion isn't your man, you might be more like Daenerys. Status and recognition are important to her. After all, she reminds people of her titles at every turn. Daenerys of the House Targaryen, the first of her name, the Unburnt, Queen of the Andals, the Rhoynar, and the First Men, Queen of Meereen, Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, Protector of the Realm, Lady Regent of the Seven Kingdoms, Breaker of Chains, and of course, Mother of Dragons. She sure thinks she's important, yet she's a passionate dreamer with a generous heart who's influenced thousands to follow her. Perhaps you're Samwell Tarly. Who doesn't love Sam? Most likely the nicest person in Westeros. Sam chooses books over battles and puts caring for others, like Gilly and Little Sam, over the rules. Sam's a steady supporter. He's a loyal friend who's always willing to listen and will help wherever needed. He likes to be part of the Night's Watch team, and he'll strive to be helpful, even if it means doing things he doesn't want to do. In fact, sometimes steady supporters can be overly accommodating. In trying to make everyone happy, they struggle to make a decision. Luckily, Sam didn't hesitate when it was time to kill that White Walker. Being a steady supporter doesn't mean you're a softie. Brienne of Tarth and Jon Snow are also steady supporters. They want people to get along. They aren't afraid to reach out to the enemy to find common ground with kindness and compassion. They're the best swordspeople in Westeros, but they'd rather not be. Perhaps you're Melisandre. A determined truth seeker, Melisandre constantly pursues deeper knowledge to master the highest mysteries. Her conscientious nature means she's principled in her thinking, consistent in her work, and systematic in her approach. There's right and wrong. Justice must be served, and sacrifices must be made to ensure victory. Significant mistakes shattered Melisandre's confidence and led her into the background, but I have to believe that she'll be back with a vengeance in Season 8. Conscientious experts like Melisandre are cunning and calculated, and the apple didn't fall from the weirwood tree with Arya Stark. She spent years fine-tuning her skills to be the best, but she never forgets the tradition and the honor of the North and the Stark family. So, which player are you? The dominant competitor, like Cersei or Tormund? Aggressive risk-takers who'll win at all costs? The influential idealist, like Tyrion or Daenerys, full of passion and dreams, who use their gifts of word to build the team? The steady supporter, like Sam, Brienne, or Jon? Compassionate, loyal friends who work to build alliances? Or the conscientious experts, like Melisandre, Arya, and Ned, before he got his head chopped off, who use years of study and practice to outthink their enemies. Interested in finding out which Game of Thrones character is most like you? Or maybe your team's playing their own Game of Thrones. Just remember, the goal is that we all need to fight together to defeat the White Walkers. Call us and we'll show you how.